I wanted to really talk about this, bro, because you are like the Spider-Man expert, right? So there have been so many fans, even myself. I gotta call myself out because I've been very ignorant to how all of the business side works. You know what I mean? And like in the past, I have said to myself, "Yo, I think that Sony should sell the rights to Spider-Man." And a part of me thought that like it was possible until you came on the show and told me that it's not possible. And you have studied a lot about the Spider-Man IP, and I think that I think on the internet, you're one of the world leaders in Spider-Man IP. Like I think that you know a lot just about IP and how that works in general. So I would love for you, bro, to explain why Sony will never sell Spider-Man, because I do think fans are looking at movie failures and they're not looking at all of the other details, and that's what you do. So please take the floor.
Yeah, Sony just makes too much money from Spider-Man to sell the rights. They have a massive profit, and that comes from movies and merch, and these are billion-dollar earners. We're talking about cross-media rights, film, animation, you know, amusement park rides. There's so much, like, they merchandise the hell out of Spider-Man. When I say merchandise, I mean like, they use that IP in so many different ways to keep the brand present and to sell more items. And when I think they keep like when you talk about managing an IP like Spider-Man, it's not just about sales, like sales of water bottles. You sell $101 water bottles, you make $100. When it comes to something like Spider-Man IP, there's strategy involved. Each product is not just about the profit. It's about Spider-Man's presence and keeping Spider-Man in demand for certain value. So, for example, it's about when someone goes to an amusement park, and it's a big amusement park, a famous amusement park, there's a Spider-Man ride there because it's the best of the best amusement park, and Spider-Man is going to be there. And the kids that their parents took on vacation to go to this, wonderful resort, they get to go on a Spider-Man ride and they'll remember it forever, So it's things like that. And it's making sure the brand is always present, but present in the right places. So that's important. And when it comes to, franchise power, they have other characters in the Spider-Man rights, like Venom, Morbius, and they do other things with that too. But they get to also benefit from the MCU success. The MCU has been very successful with Spider-Man, and Sony gets to benefit from that. And even if they don't have a profit sharing agreement for those movies, again, make Spider-Man's presence larger. And Sony is selling other Spider-Man product. And that MCU, Spider-Man No Way Home, is essentially a sales pitch for their other Spider-Man product. And they just got to keep making movies to hold on to the leverage that they have with Spider-Man. So they're going to do it. It's a lot of people just only think black and white, and you got to think I don't know. You either have it or you don't.
Yeah. I mean, so as I said, right, I did not know that it was that complex until you told me, because I never really looked into it, like that deep. Yeah. And when I looked into it, the thought that came to my mind when I was prepping for this was like, this is the same reason why Disney will never sell Lucasfilm Star Wars, because they make so much money off of the merch and parks that they would never sell it. Like it would be stupid of them to sell it, because
also,
sorry, what was there? Go ahead.
They're too. It's also like too big to sell. At a certain point, think about how much money Sony could sell the Spider-Man rights for. You're talking like billions and billions of dollars. So if you were to pay for the Spider-Man rights, like 10, 15 billion, whatever, if you paid so many billions of dollars of the Spider-Man, is it even worth it anymore? Like, how much Spider-Man product could you sell to be profitable after acquiring something like that? So you have to think about that too. And that's what, like with IPs like this, at some point, you almost get too big to sell.
Yeah, I got some stats in here too. So Lucasfilm merchandise alone, just merchandise, $1 billion annually, right? The Spider-Man 1 game generated $3.8 billion in its first 2 years of its release.
Crazy.
Sony's gonna be fine, bro. Sony's gonna be fine. And that's just one video game. And that's not even counting the Spider-Man merch. And when I tried to Google it, they couldn't even find me a number for how much they have.
Right.
So it's like one was like 34 point something million in a year, but I mean that it wasn't official. So that should just tell you how crazy, or how valuable Spider-Man is as an IP.
Yeah, and it's a masterclass in IP management. There is no character in comic books that is managed better than Spider-Man is. Period.
100%. 100%.